Hi Year 3, happy Wednesday. Miss Morgan's here ready for your Key Stage 2 Comprehension, and this is for the Year 3 booklet. Okay, so today we are on pages 16 and 17. Haven't we worked our way through this really quickly now? And today's text is called Echo Effects, and our extract is an information text. So it tells us lots of information about echoes. And I'm sure you know what an echo is, but if you don't, make sure you're listening and reading along with Miss Morgan, because we're going to read this together, okay? So echoes can be used to judge how far away things are. Humans have invented specialised equipment to measure echoes accurately, so very closely. However, some animals, such as bats, use echo sounding naturally. This extract explains how echo sounding works and some of its uses. Echo effects. Like light, sound can bounce. It can be reflected off hard surfaces, such as cliffs, buildings, or walls in an empty room, just like light being reflected off a mirror. A reflected sound is called an echo. Since we know the speed of sound, we can use a method called echo sounding to find out how far away an object is by measuring echoes. Some animals use this method too to spot their enemies or find their prey in the dark. Bouncing sounds. If you stand in a pedestrian underpass or subway and shout out loud, you'll frighten people. But apart from that, you'll also hear your own shout repeated a second or two later. This is an echo, caused by the sound waves being reflected off the walls of the underpass. You can also hear echoes in the countryside if you shout at a cliff or a cave wall. Oh, so if you shout, that noise bounces off all of the walls and it carries on. That's why you can keep hearing an echo and it sounds like another person is saying it over and over again. Now, I'm not going to read the rest. I want you to read the rest and really concentrate on this information because it's got some key things for our answers in here. So hit pause now and read the rest and then we can go through the questions together. Okay, so I hope you've gone through your extract there and learnt some things about echoes. Okay, so number one, in the first paragraph, the author compares echoes to light being reflected off a mirror. Why do you think the author uses this example? So why has the person who wrote this used that as an example? I'm probably going to read the first paragraph again to find my answer. Like light, sound can bounce. It can be reflected off hard surfaces such as cliffs, buildings, or the walls in an empty room, just like light being reflected off a mirror. Now, I know I can't see sound reflecting, but I'm sure I can see my reflection in a mirror. So he's comparing it to light being reflected off a mirror because I can see that. And Miss Morgan's used because to start her answer as well, because you've got to say why you think the author has used it that way. Number two, according to the text, why do some animals use echo sounding? Give two reasons. So they don't want one, they want two reasons. And this is our retrieval. Remember, we take our answer from the text. So I'm going to look for the word animals. Oh, Miss Morgan's forgot her pencil, so she's going to steal one from your pot on your desk. Okay. I've seen animals in the first paragraph. Some animals use this method to spot their enemies or find their prey in the dark. Can you see that? I've underlined two reasons why. So I've started my sentence as animals use echo sounding too, and I've got my two answers, I've retrieved them. Number three, the word frighten on line 10 is, and it says circle 1, we've got our word classes again. You should be really good at these now. We've got a noun, an adjective, a verb, and an adverb. So if we remember, a noun is a person, a place, or a thing. An adjective describes a noun. So let's say our noun was the table. Okay, and an adjective for that could be a wooden table or a brown table. Then we've got a verb, And a verb is a doing word. And then we've got an adverb. Remember, adverbs end in ly, and that describes our verb. So running slowly, running quickly. Okay? So the word frighten, what is that? I'm going to read it in the text on line 10 to give me an idea. If you stand in a pedestrian underpass or subway and shout out loud, you'll frighten people. Is that person doing something? Is that a doing word? I think it might be. So which word class did Miss Morgan say is a doing word? Frighten. Okay, now number 4. I found this one difficult to answer, guys, so make sure you listen up because I've already done it so I can help you a bit. It says, in your own words, explain how echo sounding is used to measure how deep the sea is. It's asked me to do it in my own words. Now, I know that this is one of my guided reading skills and it's summarising. Okay, now remember, summarising is to shorten that piece of text. And I've got to explain how echo sounding is used to measure how deep the sea is. I know that answer was somewhere down here when they spoke about the sea. So Miss Morgan's actually written, ships have a transmitter that measures how deep the sea is, because that's what I've retrieved from the text. It sends out ultrasound pulses. So that one is a difficult one. So that's why Miss Morgan's give you an idea of what you could write. I have taken the information from the text and I have squished it down a bit. I've got rid of the information that I don't need, okay? And I've still answered and explained how echo sounding is used to measure how deep the sea is. Number 5. Why do you think bones might reflect ultrasound better than other parts of the body? Why do you think bones might reflect ultrasound better? Now, do we have bones all over our body? So is there more chance that we'll get an echo all around our body? And what else are bones? Are they soft and squidgy like flesh? Our bones are hard, aren't they? And I'm sure when I read at the beginning of our text it said it can be reflected off hard surfaces. So I wonder why that might make them better than, let's say, the fat that's on our skin. And number 6, which do you think is more useful? Using ultrasound to measure distances underwater, or using ultrasound to scan a person's body? Now I know at the bottom here it spoke about we can use ultrasound to scan a person's body for medical reasons. So I'm sure we could find out if people had illnesses using an ultrasound. So I think that might be more useful. That's going to be Miss Morgan's answer. I think that using an ultrasound to scan a person's body is more helpful because it can save people's lives. Okay. But then you might think that using an ultrasound to measure distances might be better because people need to go on boats and get to places. So I want you to give your reason, but it says explain your answer. So make sure you use that conjunction because and tell me why. Okay. Your challenge today in your purple books, I want you to find me at least 3 facts about echoes. Okay, echoes or ultrasounds. And I want you to find me those on the internet if you have access to it. Okay, and I want you to write me 3 facts, 3 sentences, and I want them to be the most impressive facts. So not facts that we've had in our text today. I want you to tell me a fact that I don't know about echoes. Okay, and then I'll see who's got the best fact, who's blown me away the most. Okay, so have a lovely Wednesday, and I'll see you for tomorrow's learning.